Howdy folks, I hope you're doing well. In this one, we're going to be covering some old news, which is essentially AtGames' latest fuck up. That would be the update they pushed about a week or so ago. So you're probably asking yourself, or me, why the hell are you making this video if it's old news? Well, I'm glad you asked. That's because I haven't seen a before and after comparison of the issue. You see, I was one of the lucky ones that found out there was an issue before I updated my system. So I immediately took down the wireless in my house and took my 4K offline. Not having internet access on the machine was not a big deal for me. I had already taken my tables offline due to the previous debacle. That would be the DNS issue. But now there's a new problem, and that would be the table that's coming tomorrow. Since we can't sideload the table or postpone the update in some way, those of us that waited are now forced to upgrade, even though it breaks OTG. I have some questions and thoughts surrounding why they didn't pull the update when they found out that it was an issue, but I guess I'll save that till the end. What you're going to see here is footage from Star Trek: The Next Generation. People have been hitting me up on the side quite a little bit, asking me to do a comparison on it. Since I was already working on it, I decided it was good enough to use for the before and after comparison. And with that, let's get started. So what you're watching here is the Pinball FX version of the game. It plays like a brand new, fresh as a daisy machine, and I'm equally as bad at it today as I was when I first played it at Funplex back in '94. Anyway, as you can see here, there's no issues, right? Looks pretty good. Very fast, no stuttering, still kicking my ass. I'm just going to let it play out for another few moments here so you can get a really good idea how well this plays.
Sir, a strange object is dead ahead. On screen. Magnify.
Here it is after the update. As you can see, the ball is extremely jittery. It generally feels a bit laggy, and it's definitely dropping frames. I wouldn't say it's unplayable, but it certainly doesn't perform the way it used to. Again, I'm just going to let it play out for another few moments here so you can see the difference.
Magnify. Cruising at warp factor 2.
Some of you may say, maybe you're using a really shitty machine. All I can say to you is, I've been posting the PartPicker in the description of my comparison videos for quite some time now. It's included in the description below if you want to check it out. But let's take a run through CPU-Z so you can see that I'm not bullshitting you here.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Diving into CPU-Z here, you'll see that the system is running a 12-core Ryzen 9 7900X. It's got a decent ROG gaming motherboard here. 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. Those 32 gigs are spread over 2 slots. And we're running an Asus 4070 with 12 gigs of DDR RAM on board. Like I said, it's not a ripper, but it's certainly not a slouch either.
You're slouching again, Ted.
And here are the tables side by side, before and after. As I let it play out here, you can clearly see the difference.
The probe has discovered nothing, sir.
Here is another chance.
So my biggest questions are, if AtGames knew there was a problem, why didn't they pull the update? Why force everybody to update to what's essentially broken software? I used to work for a software company. We released patches on a regular basis. We tested them thoroughly. However, if we had a bad patch, we pulled it immediately. And we reached out to all the customers that were affected. If you have answers to those questions, please let me know in the comments. Seriously, I really want to know why they weren't pulled. Look, I'm happy AtGames acknowledged it. It's certainly a first step. But AtGames, you gotta stop gaslighting us. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at this post from the OTG Reddit thread. When AtGames responded to the OP in their ticket, they responded that this was a third-party issue. That's a bunch of crap, AtGames, and you should be doing better here. OTG is something that you're charging customers for, which is noted in your advanced features release notes or documentation, whatever you want to call it. So if you're charging people for it, it better friggin' work. Some of you affiliates know better. Look, I'm not going to paint with a broad brush or name names, but we all saw the guys out there claiming they weren't experiencing any issues. That's a load of crap, guys, and you know it. Before you guys jump all over me, remember I'm just some dude who has like 260-ish subscribers. I certainly don't have the reach or the audience that you do. But remember, we come to you for your knowledge and your guidance. And if you can't be honest with us and tell the truth, then maybe it's time to reevaluate or think about why you're really doing it. Like I said, I applaud AtGames for noting that there's an issue and saying that they're working on it. But you need to do a better job of vetting your software a little bit more before you release it. I understand that developers aren't users. We had that issue where I used to work, but we had beta testers that vetted the software thoroughly before we released it to the masses. You should really look at doing the same, especially since you guys keep getting egg on your face. For everybody that's watching, remember you can vote with your wallet. Some of us paid upwards of $2,000 for this machine and it should work properly. Remember, you don't have to buy incomplete or broken stuff. It's just like when the Rare pack was released. I said I'm not buying Sea of Thieves because I'm not getting a full pack and we don't know if the other two games are going to suck or not. It's the same thing here. If you haven't purchased the machine yet, don't. Wait until they fix the issue, especially if OTG is one of the driving factors. Well, that's it for this one, folks. I'm going to get off the soapbox now. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down, subscribe, and give me another shot. If there's anything you'd like to see me cover, please let me know. If there's anything you'd like me to change or think I could do better, again, please let me know. If you hung out to the end, thank you very much for sticking around. I just want to say I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And as always, stay safe, be well, and take care.